Hello everyone, I got some more die cast. So today I'm opening them up. I'm gonna start with the least expensive first. I always open up my packages like that because I can reuse them if I need to. So this is just the cheap Matchbox. You can see metal here. That's what I was talking about. Hot Wheels owns Matchbox now. But this is a really good looking car. You know, when I bought my Corvette 4 years ago, I did not need to buy any Corvette toys. I had them all already. I always liked Corvettes. And be honest with yourself, you know, who doesn't? It's probably not the most comfortable car or the most fuel efficient car out there. I always have a bottle of wax on my table. I use that to clean the boxes from when I get used Cado boxes. But really a drop of, just a drop of car wax, it cleans your whole car. So I have probably bought some high-end Corvettes also in this lot. And oh yes, I did. I bought one from Mini GT in this lot, so that's coming up. It's one of the more expensive cars. So this is the least expensive cars. And I'll look up the paint under magnification. But that looks like a very nice paint job. The white, if you ever own a white car, it hides everything. So that's good to know, you know, if you're very picky about having some good looking car on your driveway. White is advisable. It really hides a lot of blemishes. The video I made on green lights are junk is up to 1.2K, so there must be other people feeling the same. At any rate, for $1 something, this paint is absolutely perfect, and it's a fancy pearl paint to boot. So I'm used to that level of quality, paying $1 and getting perfect paint. All right, let's move on to the next car. And I got this other Matchbox Corvette with moving parts. I reused the packaging for storage. I remember being a kid, I wanted to get one of those carry cases. For me, at that time, that was very expensive. So I would carry them in a box, but I knew they would hit one another. So I didn't like that. So when I saw this, I saw another collector doing that. When I saw this, I said, yeah, that's brilliant. It's essentially, it's a free carry case. So that is great. I've been doing that ever since. Let's check this one out. The paint also very nice. These wheels, they look okay. They look okay, these wheels. I prefer these, the $1 kind. But anyways, I could swap out the wheels. This one has an opening hood, which is great. If you're a Corvette guy, you know the spoiler stays put and the hood opens up differently. That is a small detail. I'm willing to live with that. Look at that. They painted the engine red so it would pop out. That looks awesome. The hood's a little bit hard to close. But given the price point of this, I'm okay with that. That is a really cool car. I'm gonna clean it up and we'll put it to the side. Pagani Huayra. I would normally not buy this. Yes, no, maybe. I bought it because it's got an opening hood. So that gives it major points. Also, it's a dark color, so you can't really see it, but I'm hoping that with a little bit of light, the color would pop out. That is a type of color. If you like to shine up your car, it has a lot of reflections. So you can really show off your car washing skills. Actually looks to be a very cool car. It does show off the reflections. Oh, the hood's like out of place. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna investigate this. I've seen a real Pagani Zonda one time, and it certainly made an impression on me. The way the hood is loose like that is just to help you open it a little wider. Look at all the detail in there. That looks awesome. Like I said before, for the price, it sure is beautiful. So they did that on purpose. You can open the hood just a bit wider. I really like these wheels. That is really cool. I found some more gassers. This is part of the drag strip demon collection, which that is right up my alley. So this one's a gasser. If you're wondering why the front wheels are so high off the ground, it's because they use a straight axle. The benefit of using a straight axle is weight reduction. So they would use a straight axle like that because they wanted the car to be the absolute lightest possible. Wow, look at the reflections on this paint job. That is crazy. Like I said before, I'm used to this level. This is like the base is metal, and then there's an insert with a chrome bumper, with a plastic chrome bumper. And real riders, look at these wheels. You do not need to do a wheel swap on this. Actually, at this price point, if you don't like the wheels, you don't need to buy this. It is something you buy because you like it the way it is. You don't need to change it. And the slug bug, which is kind of neat. That's not necessarily right up my alley. I'm more of a muscle car guy. I drove one of those camper buses once, and it didn't make the grade as far as going up hills was concerned. Anyways, this one, we'll take a look at it. Looks really neat. Do you think this is gonna open for us? Maybe not. The hood being a little higher like that, that's something that the VW guys do, just to increase the airflow to the engine. It's one of the older bugs with the split window. That is really neat, and it's nice and low compared to the gassers. Looks kind of cool. This one would probably qualify as a gasser, even though the front wheels aren't that high. The obvious benefit to using a 33 Willis is it's small and it's lightweight. And then they would put the biggest engine they could find, which was Hemis or 454s, or if you're into Fords, they have 460s. With the faux patina. That actually looks kind of neat. I don't mind this car. They put extra small wheels in the front. Even the Bug has big fat wheels up front. But these actually are new wheels. I've never seen them before. Very interesting. That, it looks the part. Looks like a real drag strip demon. Then I got this Duster, The Last Stand. It too has really good looking wheels. That's another car I will not be making changes to. I really like it just the way it is. Look at that, open headers. I like this, like the bumper is metal. Or yeah, the bumper is metal and the rear bumper is metal. I like that. Makes the car more sturdy. Look at how this paint shines. Wow. That's why I got so upset at Greenlight there. This is exactly the same price as a Greenlight. But look at this paint job. Wow. Super nice car. And last but not least, the superchargers, altered wheelbase, 65 Coronet. That is also right up my alley. Yeah, if you collect muscle cars, of course you'd be happy to get a real race car. Put in your muscle car collection. This one too has metal bumpers and open headers. Very nice looking wheels. I don't know how accurate it is next to the real car, but it looks really good to me. On the white, it doesn't show the flaws as much, but you can tell how shiny the paint is with the ram chargers. There's two little grain dusts here, but it's under the clear, so that's gonna stay like that. And I also found this Buick Riviera. Now I watched a lot, I like to watch on YouTube revivals. People find cars in barns and then everything has to be fixed. But this is a car that I had not been too interested in, but as I saw the guys working on it, it became more and more interesting to me. So this came up. I would prefer to have the opening hood rather than the opening doors. They don't fit quite precisely the way I like it. So this is black paint. Black paint shows everything. You can see a little bit of dust on the trunk. Yeah, that shows everything. Still, at the price point, this is okay. This is like a plastic base and a plastic chrome grille, which is okay. It's okay. And they painted on the headlights and the tail lights. That's fine. But that has become a car that I like now. It's gone up in cred points, street cred. Found an Auto World Chevelle. These are kind of cool, actually. If you like muscle cars, you can't like muscle cars and not like Chevelles. I mean, the GTO was the first muscle car for sure, but they had performance cars way before 1964. At any rate, 1964 was an explosion. This car is typical of what I was talking about, where you had high impact colors, and then you had muscle cars in olive green and mint green. Oh, this hood is gonna make me work for it. It's a tough decision. Do you force it open? I'm gonna leave it like that since the paint is absolutely perfect. I don't want to scratch it up. That honestly doesn't bother me too much. It bothers me worst when I have fingerprints with crazy glue on the car. That bugs me the worst. Grains of dust, actually, I don't like it, but it'll pass because when I paint stuff, I get grains of dust. It makes me feel good that I'm not the only one. But this paint job is nice. This is the Oldsmobile 442. You know, the 442, it stands for 4-speed, dual exhaust, 4-speed, dual exhaust, and 4-barrel. Yep, 442. Oh, check it out. This one's got the ram air. I remember seeing that. In some muscle car magazines, but there's actually an air intake between the two headlights. Very subtle, but on the real car you can really see it. But puts cold air directly to the air cleaner. If you're lucky, you get 10 horsepower. But man, it looks cool. I like the idea of it. That is very awesome. I love this car. All right, we'll move on to the next. Another Firebird. I was watching Derek Bieri from Vice Grip Garage working on a 68 Firebird yesterday. This is a 69. Still a very nice car. And that's a dark paint, so if there's any flaws, they will pop out like crazy. I try not to buy any black cars. I'm too picky to have a black car. This is a very dark brown. What do they call that color? Espresso brown. That on a real car would not be my first choice. They painted the roof white to simulate a vinyl roof. That is a good idea, actually. Eliminates a lot of potential for flaws. But it is good. That paint is good. You get the small 400 sticker Firebird in the front. This is just some release agent. I am going to take a second to put some car wax on this. We'll have a look. I like these wheels though. These wheels are amazing. Really fit the car. Let's take a peek under the hood. Oh, is this gonna make me work really hard for it again? No, not too bad. Very cooperative. You can see also it has a ram air cleaner and the blue Pontiac 400. That was a good investment, this car. Oh yes, look at how shiny this is. Even the sides there. Everything's amazing. So beautiful, very beautiful. This is Mini GT, a little bit more expensive. I have one of these from Auto World and I really like it. I have nothing bad to say about it. Wow, this is really thick plastic. I'm gonna work on it off camera. These come with a cardboard box, just like a Matchbox used to. That's okay. That's a good idea. I would buy it with or without. The cardboard box can be used for storage, obviously. A little bit of info in the back. It's what? You can scan this and win a draw or something. That's kind of neat. I'll have to read the box, I guess, now. But this is the Mini GT. You can remove the base. That's a little bit more higher end. It's got mirrors and they're bendy so you won't break them. But yeah, more details. These do not have the opening hood. I knew that before I bought it. You can look at how shiny these wheels are. I'm gonna polish this up a little bit. I just had to take it apart. I couldn't help it. The benefit for me of taking it apart like that is I can go inside and clean the windshield inside. It's a small detail, but it makes a lot of difference to me. Now I went as high as I could with magnification on this. I tried to really focus in on this. And as far as I can tell, this little cobra emblem is photo etched. The same with the back one. Looks photo etched to me. Look at that, separately applied headlights and tail lights. I mean, this is extremely high end as far as I'm concerned for what I'm prepared to pay. There's a little bit of rubbing here from the packaging. So I am gonna get out my car wax and buff this till it's gone. Yeah, so I buffed it out and it now looks great. The other advantages of being able to remove the interiors if you want to make changes, I mean, that makes it easy if you want to put a roll cage in there or add extra detail. You know, you can paint the cages if you want. Actually, I might actually like having a roll cage in there. That is very tempting. I don't really have time to do the roll cage today. Another benefit of having the wheels being easy to remove like that is you can put in custom wheels. So we'll see how good these fit. Yeah, that's gonna fit pretty good. These were on another car before. So then you have a possibility to put custom wheels on it. Another nice detail from this really is the base is metal and there's extra parts for the tailpipes. So it makes the car look really upscale. So there you can swap out the wheels very easily. So these have really neat calipers on them. Look at that. How do you like these wheels? Of course, the original wheels that it came with, they were good right from the start. So there's no need to spend too much time on putting new wheels on. So of course the wheels it came with, they make the grade. Really satisfied with how this looks. That is a car that I would enjoy driving in real life. For sure, for sure. And I got the Shelby Dragon Snake. Now Mini GT, they do Le Mans type cars and a lot of imports. Now the real Shelby Dragon Snake had chrome wheels. I don't think their factory is equipped to do any chrome wheels because they do mostly imports. There's very few imports that come out with chrome wheels. Also, Le Mans, if you're racing a car, chrome doesn't help you win, so very few race cars have chrome wheels. I'll say, you know, the fashion of the day of having all black wheels is NASCAR inspired. It's so nice to have the two cars sitting side by side like that. So again, the Mini GT do not do opening hoods. Oh, look at that, this Dragon Snake logo, only on one side. It is quite beautiful. Shelby. So the wheels, they're just painted a very shiny silver. I don't think they're equipped to do chrome, but it's very detailed, very beautiful. Really looks like the real car. There's good videos on this car if you want to see what the real one looks like. I like this white and blue. Oh, look at that. There's another little rub on the roof there. Oh, I've got to fix that. That will not pass. It was very easy to remove it. Only took a second. So that's all right. Yeah, they rub against the packaging during transport. They have to be shipped from China and then to the store and then shipped to me, so they go through quite a trip. And this is also a Mini GT. It's also a very high end. They have them in left-hand drive and right-hand drive. This is the new Corvette Z06, so that does not have chrome wheels. So they're all set for that. It's a more European flair. It's this nice plastic packaging that bumps against the paint. What is this color called? I think it's called electric green or energy green, something like that. Oh, accelerate yellow. So that does not have an opening hood, but they put a very detailed spoiler on it. Separately applied headlights. Now I'm gonna have to open it up just to see what the engine looks like. Let's see if there's any rubbing on the roof. It looks okay. I'm gonna look at it over magnification. I just couldn't help it. I had to take a look at the motor. Look at that. You can see the interior details. So by taking it apart like that, you have access to that. I don't think I would put a roll cage in this one. This one, I'm very happy with keeping it as it came from the factory. And then, see, another nice detail is they put a defroster on here, which prevents you from seeing the motor. So that's why I had to take it apart. Since I have it apart, I'm going to clean the windshield from the inside. I like to do that. There's added parts here, canards, little added parts, very subtle little detail, but I appreciate it. And also another detail which I appreciate, Corvettes, they do not have the same diameter wheel in the front and in the back, and they respected that. Let me refocus this. So they respected that. You can see they're not, the front tires are not as wide as the back. So that is good stuff. Most appreciated. I felt great about the introduction of the rear engine Corvette. I adopted that right away. I thought it was just brilliant. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad they did it. It was the only thing that went well in 2020. There, I'm gonna button this up. Most of them don't have opening hoods because it would make the gaps too big, you know. They do a lot of effort to make the car look awesome, and they don't want to have really big gaps like this. Anyways, that's what I think. This is Para. They come, they're made in China as well, but I bought a Porsche from them, and it was in really good, really good quality. I was happy with the product, so I bought these again. Civic Type R. You can tell how beautifully clear the case is. I am gonna take it out though. There's this little plastic, little paper to certify that it is new. So I'll take them out. These I definitely keep the packaging. I like the way they did it, so you can you don't have to cut anything to get to the car. You know, a guy could display them like that in their plastic case, just like Cinderella's coffin. And these, I can see the little calipers. So I am gonna go investigate that. But look at this paint job, that is great. Separately applied headlights and tail lights. You can see the Honda logo in red in the front. Yep, I'm gonna take it out. No opening hoods on these, but you can see the calipers. I'm gonna put just a bit more light on this. It's a little bit tough to get the lighting just right, but you can see the calipers. So I'm going to take this apart. Let's have a look inside. Civic Type R, not the fastest car in the world, but it is practical, and they highlighted the tailpipes, which is good. I like that. And then this is still, despite being a high performance car, still very practical. Now the Civic Type R has some red cloth on the seats, so that's something, gives you a chance to do it if you want to. And then let's check out them calipers, how they did it. The little calipers here, this is the rear, of course. Actually, I've got my Molotow chrome pen handy. I think I'm going to paint the calipers chrome. Give them just a little bit more chrome. They're a little bit chromy, reflective. I suppose that's good enough. I think I'm going to leave it alone like that. So these, they have a little pin in the back so they can sit in the frame and not move. I've never seen that before. This is actually very nice. Very good job. So these are the rear, of course. They have a small caliper. And then the front ones have a big caliper. Hey, let's look at that caliper. Maybe it says Brembo on it. It doesn't look like it says Brembo, but it's still neat to look at it. Very neat to look at it. So I'll display it like that out of the box for now, and I'll probably put my 21 Civic Type R next to it. That's going to be awesome. And I got a red one, exactly the same. And these will be displayed together. Another nice little note is that, say on the Mini GT, the mirrors, they will bend back, you know, you cannot rip them off. But these are hard plastic, so be careful because you can rip them out. That would be bad. Yeah, definitely not a child's toy. Definitely, well, given the price that they are, meant for adult collectors. And then I got something else that was also pretty big. And I got this C5R. It's a model that I've wanted for a long time, and it was very expensive, so I never bought it. But this one came out and it was cheap, so I just jumped on it. It was cheap because the mirror was broken on this side and the windshield's broken also. This is the as raced version, which is probably the best version for me because scratches and problems like that don't show up as much. These the hood is removable. My personal Corvette, when I bought it, it had these Le Mans type headlights. On the street Corvette, I don't like them, but on the racing version, I think they do add quite a bit. This car has beautiful details, so even though it's very badly damaged, I can still take it in my hands. You know, it's very heavy, lots of metal in this, and explore it and look at all the beautiful details. I think I'm going to take this apart and take a better look at the interior. You can see everything's painted. The back here is removable. You have to go easy on it. There's not too many scratches on this except for the spoiler. Has a little bit here and there, but other than that, it's pretty good. Like I said, the as raced version is probably the best version for me because the damage doesn't show as much. You can tell it's pretty dusty in here, so that would be worth taking it apart and then seeing if I can go in with my toothbrush and do a little bit of cleaning. So I think these screws here will release the body. We'll find out. There's 2 more screws in the front there. We'll find out. These orange brake ducts, brake cooling ducts are really cool. They go all the way to the brake caliper, front and back. So that is very cool, very cool. It's not that hard to work on it. These 2 screws here, they release the whole front. So now I can go and toothbrush that. And the brake ducts, the brake cooling ducts are right there in the front. You can see them. So that was well made. And then the under plate just goes right out. And then there's a bunch more screws here. And then these 4 screws, they release the frame from the body. Let's just see how that goes. So I can pretty much remove everything. It's just stuck by this little canister here, which I'm not gonna force it. I can still get in there and clean everything. So that is gonna be good enough for me, I think. I'm gonna get in there, clean everything. You can tell how much dust there is. There's a lot of dust there, especially on the dashboard here. So I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna clean this up. That's gonna be very satisfying. I think I'm gonna remove the wheels though. If I hit these screws, I think I can remove the wheels. There you go. I cleaned it up as best as I could, and now it's ready to display.